Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is NXT Takeover Chicago. It's arrived, the weekend we've been waiting for a long time, and it commences here tonight with Takeover. It's going to be a great one. There is absolutely no doubt about it. Chicago is ready. I am ready for what is going to be two huge nights of actions. But before we get into that, it's NXT's time to stand on the big stage, and it will be a big stage for two big rivals. Toni Storm and Shayna Baszler will meet this evening. They have had plenty of personal encounters with one another. When it comes to a head here tonight, can Storm get a revenge on Baszler, or the Queen of Spades triumph? We'll see about that, but we'll also see who will leave Chicago with the NXT Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley made a promise to Trifecta that she would take that title from Shirai and bring it back to Trifecta. Will that happen here tonight? We will await to find out, but in our main event of the evening, strap yourselves in for a horse fight like no other. Jeff Cobb versus a Machine Brian Cage, NXT Championship on the line. That tells a whole story in itself. Man versus machine in our main event of Takeover. That is all to come here tonight. But we will start things off in Takeover with the NXT Global Championship up for grabs. Hideo Itami challenging the NXT Global Champion, Lio Rush. It's been a match that in many ways we kind of knew from a long way away it was happening, but the way it was made official was maybe a little bit more surprising than we were first led to believe. Hideo Itami been on the rise since his betrayal of Kushida before NXT Takeover New Orleans. He of course went on to beat the Time Splitter in New Orleans, and from then on Itami started having an eye on the NXT Global Champion. He watched him backstage one week, he watched him from the ramp the next. They met in a tag match one week, and that led to a one-on-one confrontation between the two last week on NXT, which resulted in a very surprising victory for Hideo Itami, thus making him the number one contender. Itami wanted to head into this evening though with the final say before they met at Takeover, and he certainly did that, at the global title taken to the head of the champion before laid out in the ring with the go to sleep. Hideo Itami hoping that he has left an impact on the champion, maybe hoping he has riled up the champion. Itami demands respect from everyone. Tonight, he demands the NXT Global Championship. He is going to have a hard time taking that from the longest reigning NXT Global Champion in this universe's history, and on top of that, a man who is well on his way to one of the longest reigns in this championship history, Lio Rush. Victory here tonight, and he'll be able to overtake Brock Lesnar and Michael Bennett's reign as world champions in this universe and knock himself up, I think, into about the top 5. He has been an incredible NXT Global Champion. He has grown in so many ways since he has become the NXT Global Champion. He has matured in the ring, and Hideo Itami may learn that although there is a young face that belongs to Lio Rush, it is a face that has a wrestling mindset in it years senior to him. And Itami could well pay for that here this evening. Itami, though, has done his duty to rile up, to force Lio Rush to get into a mindset in which he's ready to fight, in which he wants to play, essentially, Itami's game. And maybe it's a case where if he does play Itami's game, that's going to be his downfall. Rush has clearly made a knack for himself of being able to wrestle his own way and hang on to that NXT Global Championship. He's done it for over 200 days now. Can he do it again here tonight against Hideo Itami, who certainly looks ready to go as he eyes up the champion, the man whose skin he's been trying to crawl under for these last few weeks. Hideo Itami ready and with a poised look on his face. The champion with attire to match the title, as per usual. Rush is ready. psyching himself into the zone as he prepares for what could be another defense of his NXT Global Championship and into an opportunity that could lead him towards being the longest reigning champion NXT has ever seen, a record that belongs to former NXT champion Corin. That is all to potentially come here tonight. We are underway. Hideo Itami, Lio Rush, NXT Takeover Chicago can begin, and it shall. And here we go. Itami Rush trying to come running out of the gate there on Itami. Didn't work out the way he wanted it to, and now working out even less as he gets dumped on that top rope right away. Gut first into it. And let's see what the game plan will be from both sides. Itami's probably going to want to play a game where he isolates Lio Rush from his speed, from his high flying, from his athleticism. Try and keep him on the ground. Try and keep him close quarters as well. It's hard for Rush to get in a kick because he hasn't got any room to work. He hasn't got any room to stretch his legs, really. Kick out early there from Lio Rush after that dragon suplex. Continuing to go to work here is Hideo Itami in the early stages. Definitely has an advantage. Look out. Wheelbarrow arm drag. Hideo Itami a little bit frustrated as he is finding himself now. Maybe a little bit on the back foot. Wait. Oh, ran right into that tilt-the-well DDT from Lio Rush. Champion fired up. Huge move from the global champion. And here we go now. Itami understanding why Rush has been champion since November. Why Rush is at the very top of his game, and why Rush is at the top of the global division. Just kicked him off the apron now. No sign of any respect there from Hideo Itami. Rather just a man who demands it as, oh, he sends Lio Rush into that ring pole. Not once, but twice it would seem. Maybe even thrice. 3 times! Lio Rush has his body bounce. And Itami thinks he's done enough already to claim the global title. What an early kick out though from Lio Rush. Certainly showing the heart that he possesses. Hang on now. Look at this. Itami in. Rings of satin. But Lio Rush fighting his way out of it early on there, escaping the hold in a quick and easy manner. And responds with a beautiful suplex. Absolutely pinpoint. Now maybe we can see some more offense being developed from the champion. Maybe we can see Rush starting to put more moves together. Cover made here. A very early kick out. In response, Itami rolls out of the way and Itami in with that drop kick there on Rush. Going to work now on the global champion once again. Itami's doing a great job. Whenever he's on the back foot, he seems to be finding a way to slip right back into the driver's seat. And Rush is struggling to come up with a counter for it. Oh, big boot in the corner from Itami. He'll go into a Texas Cloverleaf now. Itami got it locked in. Rush a long way from any ropes. But fair play to him. Rolls out of it. Drop kick into the chest of Itami as well. Rush working well there to find that opening. And now spiking his head into the mat with that DDT. Credit where credit's due to Lio Rush. He's found life again in this matchup. He's found an opportunity to get back into this. There's the enziguri. But he cannot capitalize on it once they're back up to their feet. Itami able to stop him somehow and plant him with a Falcon Arrow. It seems as if every time Lio Rush gets a bit of fire, a bit of oomph underneath him, it's just taken away in an instant by Itami. Every time the champion starts to pick up ground, the challenger just seems to sweep the rug from underneath him. Pushed away there. Irish whip now from the challenger into, no, great counter from Rush there. Great speed to just slip out the way of that one. And now, in we go. Suplex. Oh, there'll be more than one of them. Lio Rush letting Hideo Itami meet his three amigos. And Rush now looking for Rush Hour, looking for victory in this one. Oh, denied. Leg caught, dragon screw then from Itami, up and over the top rope though. Lio Rush, wait a minute, Lio Rush, sunset foot powerbomb! Down on the outside. That thin padding's definitely not going to soften the blow as much as Itami would have liked. And look at this on the outside. Lio Rush may have just found his second wind, and Itami is paying for it. Up to their feet comes the champion, and up to his feet comes the challenger as well. Elbow in, turns him round now, but he cannot capitalize. Great counter. Lio Rush really being tested in this one, but fair play, he's surviving. Neck breaker, got him on the button with it. Interesting neck breaker as well. Chinlock being applied here, maybe just trying to slow Itami down, maybe trying to find his own game plan. It feels as if Rush hasn't really got much of a game plan in this match. Itami getting the opportunity to kind of lead the way in terms of what happens. Hurricanrana though, and down goes the challenger once again. Lio Rush setting himself up. He'll go to the turnbuckle once again. He lines up Itami once again. It's a long way to go, but he will get all of that enziguri, and that could be enough. With all that's gone on in this matchup, that could be enough. There's two, and a kick out of two from Itami. Lio Rush not best pleased about it, but he could be looking to put a seal on this contest to retain the title. Final hour, counted! Knees up! Knees are up from Itami. Forearm in the face, and Itami has it up on his shoulders now. Go to sleep! Go to sleep from Hideo! He covers Lio Rush, and we've got a new NXT Global Champion! Hideo Itami has ended the reign of Lio Rush! Oh my goodness! Itami, your winner! Itami, the new NXT Global Champion. Chicago can't believe it, and neither can I. After about 210 days, Lio Rush is dethroned from the NXT Global Championship. My goodness, what a way to kickstart TakeOver Chicago. And now we get into the animosity. Now we get into the personal bout of the evening. Now it is time for Toni Storm to get a revenge on Shayna Baszler. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This one has been building since a month, I think even more than that. When Toni Storm and Shayna Baszler, it's been way longer than a month now I think about it, when these two women were supposed to meet, well, they did meet after a few weeks of trash talking, and they were going to just have a match on NXT. The winner would be the one with the bragging rights, but that was just taken away from Toni Storm when it looked like she was going to win from the invasion and the arrival to NXT of Mercedes Martinez on the side of Shayna Baszler. And from then on, it's been an uphill climb for Toni Storm, because whenever she seems to take care of Mercedes Martinez, there comes Shayna Baszler. Whenever she seems to take care of Shayna Baszler, there comes Mercedes Martinez. She can have eyes in the back of her head and it still wouldn't be enough, because one of these two women would make the jump, and one of these two women would make Toni Storm pay and leave standing tall over her. And while that didn't happen, over these last two episodes of NXT, with Toni Storm finally pulling out some revenge on Mercedes Martinez, both at ringside and then in the ring, Shayna Baszler, on the other hand, she has not got her hands on her for a long, long time. Martinez has essentially done the grunt work for Shayna Baszler. And now the Queen of Spades will look to get her hands on Toni Storm once again. Storm won by DQ in their first encounter. What will happen in this one? What will happen? With plenty more eyes on it. What will the Queen of Spades do in this opportunity? I'm sure we are about to find out. These two women have wanted this matchup for a while. They've wanted to get their hands on one another for a while, and they get to do that right now. The bell rings and we are underway. Toni Storm charging out of the gates just the same as Lio Rush did. And throwing over the shoulder there from Shayna Baszler in the early goings, who's looking to control this matchup already, sitching in a camel clutch on Toni Storm. Storm getting her way out of that hold. Nicely done there. And I wonder what the game plan for both women will be. I assume even with the animosity in this one, they've got to share something in common. And that's just going to be they want to hit moves with the main intent not to soften them up for a finisher, just to hurt their opponent, just to hurt their rival. Both these women are aware of how much personal animosity there is heading into this matchup. And both these women could also be aware on a larger scale of things that the winner might become the unofficial #1 contender to whomever will leave Chicago as NXT Women's Champion. Toni Storm now front face lock controlling Baszler. Snap suplex, floats over into the cover. Keep an eye on Mercedes Martinez at ringside. As I said, they've worked with strengths in numbers, and it could work again for them here tonight. Toni Storm back suplex attempt. Rolled out of it there by Shayna Baszler. But not as if it helped her that much. Toni Storm able to get back on offense. And in the corner, moves out of the way of that dropkick, does Baszler. And hits a snap suplex of her own. It's definitely a... for as much animosity as there is, it's almost as if these two are a little bit hesitant to go flying at one another. It's like they know the risk almost. If they go charging at one another, they could leave themselves open to be worked over. They could leave themselves in a deep state of trouble. Great Tiger suplex there, though. And up from the top rope, elbow drop down on the back from Toni Storm. And drop kicks the leg away from Shayna Baszler as well. Up high she goes. But great intelligence from Baszler there. Rolls out on the apron. Toni Storm, though, not interested in taking her back into the ring. Throws her out there by her hair. And now a running knee off the apron onto Baszler. What a move there from Toni Storm. Certainly innovative as she heads back into the ring. In control now over Baszler. Running knee in the face. Cover made for victory over her rival. It's a kick out of 2. Close but no cigar there. Toni Storm, though, not letting up. Regal Plex, snapback suplex, has the leg hooked but can't get more. I don't even know if she got a 2 count on that one. Good response though by Baszler. That punch rocked Toni Storm, and that whiplash effect won't do him any favors either. Here comes the strength of Shayna Baszler now. Deadlift, gut wrench suplex, floats over, holds on, and hits another one on Toni Storm. And she is looking to put her away now. Looking for the ace of spades, but it will be denied. Storm gets the leg and hits a dragon screw. And Baszler again goes out to the apron. Oh, but she rused it. She played Toni Storm and she capitalized on it. Cover after the sunset flip. Oh, Storm though. Able to get herself out of that one quickly. Forearm in the face now. These two women really have picked it up a notch since they since that knee on the outside, I think, by Storm. This has kicked itself up another level. Look at the strikes there from Toni Storm. They're rocking Shayna Baszler. I think a little bit more than Baszler strikes, a rocking Storm, but this will definitely do a great job of rocking it. That is not by any means a move you want to experience more than once. Your arm being caught and your neck just being sent into the ropes and then stopped by the ropes themselves. They have no give and no forgiveness to a human body. In the corner we go. Shayna Baszler, this time unable to get herself out of the way. Double drop kick from Storm. This is what she's waited weeks for. This is what she has wanted for so long. To share the ring with Baszler again and to hit her again. Caught out of it. Powerbomb. Followed through with it. Stacks her for the win. She almost had it. Shayna Baszler almost did it. My goodness. Incredible. That was simply incredible. High kick from Toni Storm now. Baszler trying to recover. God, that powerbomb though was incredible. And now Storm somehow turning things round. Hurricanrana from up high. My goodness. Storm could have her. Storm could have her. She might look for strong zero. Oh, the boot is caught and the dragon screw again. Finisher denied. Finishing maneuver is counted in this contest, and once again the opportunity to win is gone. Outside of the ring goes Shayna Baszler, right in front of Mercedes Martinez. Storm through the ropes and feet in the face of Shayna Baszler. There's definitely a different kind of feeling than what we had in the prior matchup, where both men were focused solely on the title and their rivalry with one another was an afterthought. It is the title itself that has taken the threshold over this Saito suplex now. Crowd on their feet. This is still anyone's match, but there's Mercedes Martinez getting involved. Baszler steals a roll-up. Baszler going to try and roll up Storm. Kick out by Storm at 2. Storm kicks out at 2. But wait a minute. In trouble. Ace of Spades! Ace of Spades is locked in. The distraction paid off. Storm in a hole she's all too familiar with. And she taps. Strength in numbers works again. Shayna Baszler has beaten Toni Storm. And Mercedes Martinez, more or less the reason for it. It seemed like a contest that was going down to the wire. Toni Storm had pulled out all the stops, but Baszler leaves with the win, and maybe, just maybe, she leaves herself with the opportunity at whomever will leave with the NXT Women's Championship. Up next, Rhea Ripley, Io Shirai, and maybe Trifecta's last chance for gold on NXT. So here we go, 2 matches down and already an exciting evening. Takeover has been, and it continues to go here. Ripley and Shirai have met in the past. They've met in the war for the last year that has been Trifecta versus the NXT Women's Division. And Ripley is the last stand for Trifecta. Blanchard and Gabbard, of course, are on Monday Night Raw. Blanchard tomorrow night will look for the opportunity to become the first ever Women's Money in the Bank winner. Meanwhile, Rhea Ripley maintained on NXT and made a promise to Blanchard and Gabbard that she would retake that title for Trifecta and that she would become the NXT Women's Champion, and that everyone in the division would learn that this is Trifecta's rule. Ripley didn't have to earn her shot, rather she was granted it. She was the only challenger for miles around after Baszler and Storm decided to stop being at one another's throats. And it was Io Shirai herself who challenged her. And now, here we are. On this evening. It was at TakeOver New Orleans with a reign of trifecta that had lasted for some 10 months was cracked by Io Shirai. Can she continue that reign? Can she continue to keep that title away from trifecta? Io Shirai heads in to her first title defense since winning that belt 2 months ago. And she will have the whole intention of holding on to it, of flying the flag for NXT and its women's division, of being the one to put trifecta out to pasture for good. Toni Storm couldn't do it. Kairi Sane couldn't do it. Could Io Shirai be the one to fend off trifecta and fend off Rhea Ripley this evening? It's certainly going to be an uphill battle maybe for Shirai, but this is where she prides herself in. These types of matches where she knows she's got her work cut out, where she knows she has to essentially fight from behind. She's done it once at TakeOver. Can she do it again? The champion feeling oh so confident as she holds the title up for the challenger. Have a very close eye on Ripley and Shirai. One-on-one this evening. What could be the final chapter in the story of trifecta and NXT? We are about to find out. The bell rings and we are underway here. And these two women, there's been no run-ins. There's been no attacks. They've been waiting patiently, solely for this evening. Everything they will do, everything will be decided in this ring. They've had wars of words. They've had the chance to stare down at one another. That's all there's been. Io Shirai controlling Rhea Ripley in the early going. Sheer hanging on to the body there of Ripley. She's shorter, lighter than Ripley, and that's what's going to make Ripley so dangerous in this matchup. No matter what Shirai might be able to do, Ripley could just counter and throw her around the ring. Think to Brian Cage and Tyler Bate at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. No matter what Tyler Bate could do, all Brian Cage could do, all Brian Cage had to do was just throw him around the ring, and he would deny him the opportunity to fight back. And the same could happen here this evening. For Rhea Ripley. Shirai making life difficult for her. Their Irish whip dropkick moved out of the way there by Ripley. Counter there made by her. Shirai relying heavily on the strikes right now. Rhea Ripley though not interested. Up on the shoulder. Shoulder bomb. Stacks her up. Foot in the ropes. I believe that one was there by the referee. Lifts her up to her feet. Overhand punch there. Kick caught, but just the strength of Ripley. And Shirai comes charging into that lariat. Irish whip now in the corner. Big boot right across the face of Shirai. Nothing fancy about it, but plenty that'll do the damage. The fair play to Shirai. She has come back in this one now. She's starting to fight back quite intently here. In the corner we go. Handspring, back elbow. And Ripley goes down as a result of it. Good work from Shirai. Trying to keep this early offense she's got going for her. Trying to keep some early control in this matchup. Rhea Ripley though coming up with a stop to it, sending her into the turnbuckle. Oh, this is not looking like it's going to be a nice one for her. Perched up on her shoulders. Snake eyes from Ripley. It's going to look oh so easy as well, but fair play. Shirai coming back, snap mirrors her down, back into the chin lock. Every time Ripley starts to pick up offense, it might be smart for Shirai to just try and lock in a chin lock, an arm bar, something like that. Slow Ripley down. Forearm though, taking Shirai off her feet. And then charging in with a punch right in the face after it. Rhea Ripley in control all of a sudden. Champion, big trouble now. Knees in the gut there. Russian leg sweep to go along with it. Rhea Ripley has turned this matchup around now, and it's become a much slower, much more methodical kind of contest. Exactly the kind of match that Io Shirai and her moveset, her style of wrestling, is not accustomed to. She needs speed. She needs to flow from move to move, and she can't do that if Rhea Ripley's controlling at an almost applauding pace. Look at the strength of Shirai, though, to plant her down into the mat. And she'll go up high. Early on, she will go up high. Io Shirai could be thinking moonsault. Oh, but the knees are up. Knees are up there. Too early in the contest to seek that out. Ripley makes her pay. T-bone suplex. Cover made. Early kick out, though. And now Ripley with a chin lock of her own. Maybe she's trying to take away that speed of Shirai. Trying to take the ability for her to execute the moves that she can, to flow like she is, and to put her own statement, really, on how this match will go. Shirai having to fight her way out of it, having to dig deep from within to get out of this hold, and she does just that, jawbreaker, and she's out of it. And take a look at the strength of her now, clutches the legs in and all, drives the head and neck of Ripley down into the mat. Io Shirai still able to get things going here. Ripley staggering right now, and Shirai comes in with a clothesline and another one. Drop kick is swatted away, though. Both women with a swing and a miss. Ripley, though, back suplex. Oh no, just a backbreaker. Just working down. Io Shirai here just working her over. And focusing on that back once again here in this camel clutch. Shirai slips her way out of it, though. Nicely done indeed. Rolls out of the way, though, does Rhea Ripley, but only for a moment. Oh my goodness, Ripley flips her way out of that back suplex, planting Shirai with an STO. Incredible athleticism from Rhea Ripley. And again, Shirai finds herself in the hands of Ripley, planted with snake eyes. Full Nelson slam from Ripley. A long way up and a long way down. Went for the cover, but in the ropes was the champion. Saved maybe by the ropes. And now using them to her advantage. Hang on a minute. Io Shirai on the top rope. Rhea Ripley trying to recover on the outside here. Shirai has a close eye on Ripley right now. No way. Hurricanrana to the outside. My goodness, but look at how quickly Rhea Ripley responds. Ripley has her up on her shoulders. Oh, no, 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 no. Powerbomb on the apron. Right down on the back. Maybe even on the neck to go along with it. Rhea Ripley tormenting the body of Io Shirai. The back has to be screaming in agony of the champion, but she's still fighting on. I don't know how Io Shirai is standing after that. I don't know how she's able to pull this off after that either. Cover made from Shirai for the title. Kick out at 2 from Ripley. These two women are putting everything on the line for the NXT Women's Championship, and that back of Io Shirai is really being put on the line as well. The torture. She is. Wait! Ripley! Riptide! And that could be enough for a new NXT Women's Champion. Oh, Io Shirai kicks out at 2. Ripley can't believe it. She thought that would be enough. She thought after all that damage she's done to the back of Shirai, she would end it there. Roll up now. Roll up for the title. A very late kick out from Shirai. The champ is on the weak foot. The champ is hurt. Rhea Ripley could be able to finish things. She could be able to restore dominance for Trifecta. But Shirai, after all the torment, after all the damage her back has gone through, she'll go up high, and for a second time, she'll get the knees in the gut from the moonsault. And Ripley just able to put a stop on things. Samoa dropped down on the back. How is Io Shirai hanging on? Will she even be able to get herself out of this? Yes, it's working on the neck, but Rhea Ripley's weight, she's probably sitting down on that back right now. But somehow, Io Shirai is fighting out of it. Honestly, if Ripley works on that back the way she is, it may well be a case where another Riptide and this is over and we've got a new champion. That back of Io Shirai has to be just destroyed, especially after the powerbomb on the outside. Ripley has her up on her feet now. Oh, the back charged into the ring post at full force. Shirai still trying to fight on. Runs right into that punch. Russian leg sweep now. Rhea Ripley had made her promise to Trifecta, and she is standing by it. Up on the top rope. Oh no, wait a minute. Tree of Woe. Tree of Woe from Shirai. What the hell are we gonna see here? Double stomp! Into the chest. Io Shirai could have just won the NXT Women's title with it. Oh, kick out at two for the challenger. How? What a move from Shirai. And somehow Ripley is able to fight on. But that could be the same said for the champion as well, who has withstood incredible torment, incredible damage, to still be hanging on in this one. And for a third time in this contest, somehow the back of Shirai holds out. Cover made. This has to be it. This has to be enough. Oh, are you kidding me? Ripley still gets the shoulder up in time, and Shirai doesn't want to accept the fact that wasn't enough. Desperate for the kick out now, desperate for the win even. Just pinning her again. Does Shirai have enough in her body to go for another moonsault in this one? Oh no. Back suplex! Win or lose, Io Shirai's back is going to be needing a lot of rest after takeover. Ripley from up high. Went for the knees. Went for the knee in the chest maybe of Shirai and missed it. Io Shirai now with that back elbow again. That missed opportunity has been a great chance for Shirai to capitalize. The champ goes into the cover again, but it's another early kick out from Ripley. One of these two women could be a few moments away from the NXT Women's title. Counter from Shirai. Turns around, crosses the arms, suplex Io. Cover made. Io Shirai's done it. A body that was beaten and devastated from Rhea Ripley, but a body that still holds the NXT Women's title. Io Shirai has done it. Rhea Ripley couldn't keep her promise. Io Shirai has maintained the NXT Women's title, and with it, the reign of Trifecta has come to an end over the women's division. Io Shirai, still your NXT Women's Champion. She is the one to conquer Trifecta. Thank you, Hideo. You did it. But there is no rest here on TakeOver. We keep on going to our third title match of the evening. The New Foundation against the Broken Brilliance. And the Hart Foundation colors have made their way out to play. Toni and the Wamda, accompanied by Bret the Hitman Hart, as they seek the NXT Tag Team titles. Hitman jackets on the go with it. Nxt and Dar have waited for this opportunity. They have grown so much under Bret Hart as their pupils to the Hitman. They have grown, and now tonight they get the opportunity at the NXT Tag Team titles. They get the opportunity to try and take it away from these men. The masters of the multiverse, the NXT Tag Team Champions. And first out is Pentagon Jr. to really slip the fear into the mind of the challengers. Pentagon Jr. and Matt Hardy won the tag team titles at TakeOver Philadelphia in January. And over these last few months, they have conquered sanity. They have reigned true over the NXT Tag Team division. And now, a new force comes their way in the New Foundation. Toni and the Wamda have grown immensely as a tag team. They have become almost better and better with every match that passes on. Their tag team moves more fluid, their coordination more on point. But are they able to do what this guy can do? Are they able to hurt like Pentagon Jr. can hurt? And the honest answer to me is no, I don't think so. But then again, I don't know if there is anyone in the whole NXT Tag Team division who can hurt quite like Pentagon Jr. can. And then I don't think there is anyone with the mindset, with the ability to lead, with the ability to do as he pleases, with the ability to control a match in his own unique way, quite like Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy is ready for this one. He has had his run-ins with Bret Hart. They have spoken words of wisdom to one another. And they have arrived at TakeOver, both seeking the same prize, NXT Tag Team Glory. Who will leave as the NXT Tag Team Champions? We are a moment away from finding out. We are 1-for-1 on the evening. Io Shirai still NXT Women's Champion. Hideo Itami, the new NXT Global Champion. But who will leave this evening with the NXT Tag Team titles? We may be one match away from the main event, but we are right now awaiting what is by far and away the biggest match. The New Foundation has ever gone through. And certainly it won't be an easy one. United in colors though. Pink and black attack coming back out to play here for Bret Hart's side. Nxt and Dar have waited for this opportunity, and they get it tonight. Matt Hardy claimed victory over Toni Nese on this past episode of NXT, but it is all about right now. It is all about what they can do in this ring. It is all about the fight that they have presented within them. And they are your champions. Almost 5 months into their reign. But a different kind of test than they're used to. They were used to almost fighting similar style with sanity. They won't get the same from the New Foundation. It will be Pentagon Jr. to start this match with Noam Dar. Bell rings. And we are underway. From far away, the attire looks even better on the New Foundation, especially the boots. They're trying to make themselves as individual, essentially, as possible. As individual as they can be in terms of as a tag team. They are trying to be as with one another as possible. That's not going to do any favors, though, as Pentagon Jr. starts this match by working over the arms of Noam Dar, breaking him down as he likes to throughout the match. Takes pride in his work, does Pentagon Jr., and he will take pride in hurting his opponent. Armbar early on. The arm of Noam Dar already going to be begging, maybe pleading for forgiveness as it takes this harsh impact of Pentagon Jr. Forearm right in the face. They've got all of that one in the mask of the Tag Team Champion, but he cannot get much more than that going. And here we go. Start up the deletion anthem because here comes Matt Hardy. Oh, double team and then some. Fear factor. And the super kick to go along with it, but Noam Dar able to slip his way out and counter. Good stuff there from Noam Dar, all things considered. But if I was Dar right now, if I was Bret Hart, I'd be screaming, what are you doing? Tag in Toni Nese right now. It seems as if that message has got across even on commentary. Tag made, in comes Nese now, the premier athlete in off the tag, and these two men can continue what they started in the Hammerstein Ballroom. Elbows in the gut now from Nese. Forearm in the face, but unable to capitalize. Matt Hardy puts the stop to it. Suplex maybe. Nese able to slip his way out of it. The two fresh men in this matchup now squaring off. Nice neck breaker there. Hardy able to crawl, and Pentagon Jr. going to come back in. Oh, strap yourselves in, Nese. You are in trouble. Able to evade that dropkick attempt there. Crucifix. Could be new Tag Team Champions. Kick out. That was close to happening. Very close indeed. Off the ropes now. Duck under there by Nese. Has the arm of Pentagon Jr., but only one man can have the arm. And that is Pentagon Jr. himself. Fear factor incoming. Oh, wait a minute. What a counter from Nese. What a great counter it was. In the turnbuckle. What are we going to see from Toni Nese now? Puts Pentagon Jr. up on the top turnbuckle here. Kicks him right in the ribs. Hops him up onto his shoulders. Gutbuster. What a combination from Nese. Cover made. Will it result in new NXT Tag Team Champions? No. Pentagon Jr. quickly letting him know that is the case. Forearms in right in the face. The drop kick to go along with it. Pentagon Jr. actually on the back foot a little bit right now. Isn't that interesting to see? But he's quick to fight back, that's for certain. Uh-oh, catches the legs, kicks him. I'm not too certain if that was in the head or in the chest. Whatever it was, he certainly caught him with it. Pentagon Jr. now able to turn things around for the broken Brilliance. What in the world could we see now? Irish whip through the legs. Hurricanrana incoming. Got him. And Pentagon Jr. now dictating the match, dictating the pacing as he pleases. In the corner. Tag made. Oh boy, more danger going to come the way of Toni Nese. That time he gets it. And in he comes to a springbuster from Hardy. And the Tag Team Champions closing off the ring, controlling it their own way. Forearm in the face now. Forearm, shall I say, from Nese. Walked right into that DDT though. Hardy using Nese's own momentum against him. Great work there. Hardy now. Side effect. And the cover to retain the tag team titles. Early save from Noam Dar. That's how Matt Hardy thinks about that one though. Takes down Nese, takes down Dar. Nese on his own. Nese could be done for. Twist of fate, no. He's got the counter to it. Nese now picks up. Hardy gets the drop kick in the chest there. And Toni Nese about to show his strength. Pump, handle, power slam. Bret Hart certainly pleased with what he's seeing there. Toni Nese trying to do what he can on his own. Doing some heavy lifting of his own as he's able to do. What's going to happen now? Hangs out Hardy to dry on the top rope. Comes in. Oh, kneed him right in the face. Dar finally recovering on the outside. Toni Nese has been dragging the New Foundation through this one almost single-handedly. Look out now. Pump, handle, facebuster. What a move. Will it result in new NXT Tag Team Champions? Cover is made. What an early kick out. In the corner we go now. The tag is much needed into Noam Dar. Nese has been going here for a long time in this matchup, and on top of that, he has been taking an awful lot of punishment. Look out though. We are about to see some poetry in motion. Pentagon Jr. now in off the tag. Shining Wizard in the back of the head of Nese. And Dar can only watch on as there is no movement from the premier athlete. And Bret Hart must feel somewhat, as the way this match is going, like his tag team's chances of winning those belts are dwindling. This is necessary, and then some. Long shifts are proving costly right now for the New Foundation. It's only their second tag in this match. The Broken Brilliance have made about 3 or 4. You could be about to add another one to it as well. In comes Matt Hardy once again, and Noam Dar will, his poor neck, once again driven into the mat. And once again, though, Hardy doesn't go for the cover. Noam Dar counters, and the referee gets in the way. Samoan drop now. Everything just starting to go against the New Foundation here, unfortunately for them. It's almost like the more this matchup goes on, the more of an uphill battle it becomes. Scottish Sickle. Cover. Oh, Pentagon Jr. in oh so early to break that one up, though. Discus forearm. Pentagon Jr. sent off the apron there by Toni Nese in the corner now. I would say tag. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Try and maybe shorten the shifts. They're spending in the ring. Double teaming one half of the tag team champions now. Great work. Nese sends Hardy in the turnbuckle. Is he thinking running Nese? Does he have that in his mind? No. Here we go again. One for Pentagon Jr., one for Hardy. Kicks in the gut, up on the shoulders, into Gutbuster. Simply an incredible move. Leading into the pump handle power bomb. Nese got him. He doesn't let up though. He knows what's in front of him. He sees the chance. He sees the light. He could see the running Nese, but Hardy counters. What a counter from Hardy. Nese put all of himself in that lariat though. This has been a great tag team matchup so far. Both sides are putting absolutely everything on the line to claim the gold. Both sides doing everything they can to be the champions. Tornado DDT from Hardy. An incredible tag team main event, there's no doubt about it. It's a shame that one of these teams has to lose. But the big question really is, how much more can either side take? They have gone through a lot of punishment. I would have to say right now, I think Broken Brilliance have a greater opportunity in this one than the New Foundation do. I feel like the New Foundation, especially with the cut starting to form on the head of Toni Nese, I feel like they've got They've spent themselves too much. They've been too long in the ring. And even though Dar just came in, they're exhausted. Dar though, running, step on Zagiri, covers made. That's too close to Pentagon Jr. Right away. Neck breaker for Pentagon, but it caught Dar in the process. I think the back elbow. As the elbows went flying, I think Dar got caught by it. Quick to recover, goes into the cover, still hoping there's a chance for the titles. Kick out at 2. Now with Pentagon Jr. on the outside, now it's an effective 2-on-1 to the advantage of the New Foundation, but neither can capitalize. Here we go, Champion Supernova, knee bar Supernova. And will it be? Will it be for them? No! Hardy kicks his way out of it. Pentagon Jr. back up on the apron now. Hardy putting Noam Dar up on the top rope. This is not where you want to be. Kick in the chest though. Counter, but only briefly. Sent over the top rope is Dar. Forearms him in the face and counters. Up to the top rope goes Noam Dar. Cross, oh, caught at a mid-air and slammed into the mat. Look at this. Somehow, someway, through the legs of Matt Hardy, the tag is made into Toni Nese, double clotheslines, puts it all into that one. Hardy moves out of the way. Tries again. Hardy ducks it. Nese in off the tag, but he's giving it socks right now. Pentagon Jr. not able to get back in off the tag. Look at that. Nese taking out both men, or at least trying to. His tag partner's down on the outside. The New Foundation are exhausted. And broken Brilliance may have just put the pieces together. May have found a way to retain. There's no Dar to make the save. I don't know if Nese would have kicked out. Dar counters. And he's getting out of the ring as quick as possible. I think he wants absolutely nothing to do with Pentagon Jr. right now. Nese crawling. Uh-oh, look out. Forearm, duck under from Toni Nese there. Duck under, crucifix to take the tag team titles home. Kick out. What a match this has been. How much more do they have to give? How much more can either side take? Pump handle powerbomb from Nese. It took almost all of him to get it. He got Pentagon Jr. up. He puts him in the turnbuckle. Oh, wait a minute. Pentagon Jr. may be a bit snappy to recover there, but Dar put him in his place. The distraction helped out Nese. He puts Pentagon Jr. in the corner again. He puts him down. He sits him down. Dar comes running in. Running Nese. Running Nese. Hardy taken out by Dar. The cover's made. And the New Foundation have won it. We've got new NXT Tag Team Champions. The New Foundation have won the gold. They have toppled the multiverse. Toni Nese and Noam Dar, the new NXT Tag Team Champions. And sweet, sweet relief for Bret Hart and his men. What a match. What a win. The New Foundation have done it. Congratulations to them. What a match it was. But we are about to say the same for the main event. Strap yourselves in. Man versus Machine. Jeff Cobb, Brian Cage, NXT Championship on the line. About 500 pounds plus in the ring. This is going to be sensational. This is going to be our main event of NXT TakeOver Chicago. This is up next. Man versus Machine. An age-old tale, one that re-emerges tonight. Tour of the Islands! Jeff Cobb is the #1 contender! Man, Jeff Cobb, with an almighty task in front of him, one that he will cherish. Cobb heads into this match with one desire alone, to beat the Machine. He plans on breaking the Machine and leaving as the NXT Champion. Machine, Brian Cage, the NXT Champion, and a dominant one at that. The Machine who destroyed Tyler Bate to claim the title last time out. No matter who stands in front of him, they go down. Will Jeff Cobb be another victim on his list? Cobb said he was looking to throw a wrench in the works of Cage. He may have just done that tonight. It is time for our main event of the evening. It is Man versus Machine. Oh, what an evening we've had here in Chicago. What a night of action we've had. 2 new champions crowned. Could there be a third? Could this man topple the Machine? Could Jeff Cobb leave TakeOver as the new NXT champion? It's certainly an uphill climb if he wants to do it. He is up against a Machine that has never been broken, a Machine that has never malfunctioned, and a champion who has never been pinned or submitted. But if there's anyone on this roster who can do it, Jeff Cobb could be that guy. Cobb said it himself. He wanted to be the one to break the Machine. And he gets that chance tonight. In front of a stacked house here at TakeOver Chicago. He gets that chance to be the one. He is the same size, more or less, as Brian Cage. They're around the same weight. But the difference is one man, one Machine, one NXT champion. You can say you're ready as much as you want. You can say that you are on the same page as a champion as much as you like, but no one, and I mean no one, is on the same page as Brian Cage. The undefeated, unstoppable NXT champion. You always test how great a champion is, or how great they could be, by the people they have beaten. And this man has beaten the very best that NXT has had to offer. This is the man who has beaten Tyler Bate. This is a immense champion, an immense athlete. He is just, there's no words to describe Brian Cage other than one of the very greats NXT has seen. He arrived in this universe just under a year ago, and in that time, he's never lost, he's never been pinned, he's never been submitted. And in that time, he has taken NXT by storm and taken the NXT Championship to go with it. This is going to be such a great main event though. They are going to throw so much at one another. Heavy hands, the lot will be thrown inside this ring and maybe even outside of it. These are the top athletes of NXT. These are the guys who will take NXT and place it right on a map in Chicago for everyone to remember. These are the guys who are going to steal the show in this main event. Jeff Cobb is ready. Man is ready to conquer the NXT champion, to throw the wrench in the works, to destroy the Machine. But can anyone stop Brian Cage? Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a great night. And it's about to get even better. A hoss fight is up next. Jeff Cobb, Brian Cage, NXT Championship. Your main event of TakeOver Chicago has begun, and a stare down from both sides. Not coming to blows just yet. But then, once the stare down is done, they start how they ended. NXT right into fighting, right into throwing punches. There's no need for a feeling out process. These guys know each other well enough. They know what they need to do. Throw hands on one another. Cobb off his feet first. Cage off his feet next. Oh, sweet Jesus, we are in for a huge one. To the outside goes Brian Cage and Jeff Cobb early on here. Cobb. Oh my goodness, Cobb gonna try and powerbomb Cage on the LED board. No, the champion fighting his way out of it. Too soon for Cobb to be looking for something like that. And what a lariat. In response from Brian Cage. And instead he will slam Jeff Cobb onto the LED board. Oh, that is not even close to forgiving, especially when you add in the apron to the mix. What will we see now on the outside? Oh, face first into the board again. Look at the height he got on that knee. This is why he is the NXT champion, ladies and gentlemen. This is why he has never been beaten. This is why he inflicts fear into his opponents. Look at the strength of him. Jeff Cobb is being tested like never before, and the match has only just begun. Cobb himself has faced some of the best NXT has to offer. He himself has gone to wars with the likes of Tomohiro Ishii, Jay Lethal. Never has he had to go against a guy quite like Brian Cage, because there is no other guy quite like him. Look at this now. Cobb gets out of that chin lock and he finds life, and a big lariat knocks the champion off his feet. Now in the turnbuckle he goes, running uppercut. Brian Cage not only staggered by it, but absolutely decked by it. Look at this. Oh my goodness. His head is touching his leg. The human body is not meant to bend in that way, certainly not one the size of Brian Cage's. And the longer he spends in this hold, the more agony is done to the champion. And Cage can get his way out of it, thankfully, for his own sake. Oh, what a punch. What a punch, and then some from Jeff Cobb. Pump. No, sorry, gut wrench, gut buster. In the corner we go now. And not only in the corner, but on top of it as well. Top rope we go. Brian Cage counters Cobb. Cage, oh, shoulder tackle from up high. Knocks Cobb off his feet. First cover of the match for the title. Kick out at 1. Just kicking him in the chest. Nothing fancy about it there from the champion. May have had something else up his sleeve, but decided against it. Samoan drop to the Samoan himself. No respect shown to Jeff Cobb whatsoever. Back elbow. And a nice one at that. In the corner we go. Uppercut again from Cobb. And now he'll demonstrate his own strength to Brian Cage. Deadlift, gut wrench, suplex. But you can see how much that is taken out, how much already has been taken out of the challenger. We're maybe, 5 minutes into this? If that, and we're already seeing some signs of pain and recovery from Cobb. He's already getting tested by Cage. Armbar stitched in now, middle of the ring. I don't know, if I was Cobb, I wouldn't kick around. I'd just try and find the escape. I feel like I'm wasting my time. Cobb escapes out of that hold though with some quick punches and letting him know his arm isn't hurt. One big fall away slam. Oh. There really are no words to describe the strength of either man. They are just showing it, and this time it might be the one to plant Cage on the apron. There might be no counter this time. Apron power bomb, it's not happening. punching his way out of it, slipping his way out of it. There's Brian Cage up on the shoulders now. Oh my God. Oh my God, look at the transition, the strength. Dead Snake Eyes down on those stairs. From up on his shoulders to into his arms to back on one shoulder, and he lifted him all as if he was like shopping, as if he was just a bag, as if he was nothing at all. Kick out of two from Cobb. Oh, but that is not a good look on his face. I think there is blood. On the face of Jeff Cobb. Slingshot spear back in the ring from Cage. There definitely is a cut on Cobb's face. That Snake Eyes into the steps definitely did damage. But Cobb is never going to be one to stay down. The fight back is on from him now. Cobb sends Cage into the turnbuckle. Once again, they will go up high. Last time, Brian Cage came down with a shoulder tackle. This time, Jeff Cobb. Muscle Buster for the title. Oh, kick out at two. As it stands right now, the cut isn't that bad. Clearly it's open, but it's not anywhere near damaging enough to cause problems. Hang on. Oh, sweet Jesus! He just threw him out of the ring. Brian Cage thrown out of the ring like he was nothing. Cobb on the apron now. Double axe handle down on the champion. And again, the strength of Jeff Cobb. It's almost as if he's been busted open and he's been enraged. He's been woken up by it. He's found some fire within him that he was lacking. Because now he's just thrown around the champion from pillar to post. He could claim the NXT title. Oh my goodness. After everything we just saw, Brian Cage just kicks out at one. As I was saying about that cut, if it stays like it is, it's not a problem for Cobb. It's not seeping. No more blood is coming out. All that will happen is that blood will essentially just dry up on his head right now. But Brian Cage will see it as an opening. You'll see it as a target. And think about the moves that he hits on the head. Think about Drill Claw. Think about Weapon X. And moves like that back elbow as well. Could open the cut even worse. Wait a minute. Cage and Cobb just standing there now. Oh, look at that. Counter from Cage. And he punches Cobb. And now Cage stands in wait for Cobb. They're going to trade strikes with one another. Forearms, elbows, punches. They are going to stand and trade. Cage's turn. Discus forearm. And off his feet comes Cobb. And the blood seems to be getting worse on his face now. Look at the strength. Deadlift, powerbomb. Oh, the blood really is worse. Wait, Weapon X countered. That cut has opened up and then some on the face of Jeff Cobb, but he's not staying down. On the shoulder, running. Oh, just threw him. Running bomb. You don't need me to tell you there was an immense amount of power in that one. There has been in this match from the moment it got underway. The crowd is on their feet. Oh, what in the world are we seeing now? Cage up to his feet. Cage, 619. 619 and the blood, oh my goodness. The blood even worse on Cobb now. It has completely covered his head and his eyes, and he could have just run it off of that. Oh, now Jeff Cobb is getting tested. Now Jeff Cobb is experiencing what it's like to be in the ring with Brian Cage. Look at the blood. It's dripped to his chest. But Cobb hasn't given up for a second. He countered Weapon X earlier on, but he just felt the wrath of the 619. Headbutt though. And Cage had no response to it. Uh-oh. Has the arm, has the leg cradled in. Cradle, swinging, back suplex. And there's no surprise it's taking Cobb a lot of time to recover. But how in the world is Cage getting up to his feet so quickly? Roll up for the titles. He has him. Oh, kick out at 2 from Cage. Cobb from behind again. Facebuster. Cobb is riled up. Cobb is feeling it right now. He's found maybe a second wind. Maybe the more blood that flows, the more Jeff Cobb gets fired up. Look at the uppercuts in the corner. Running uppercut now. Load up another one. And a drop kick. For good measure. Another deadlift, gut-wrench suplex. Oh, hang on a minute. He is hanging on. There's 2. And here comes a 3rd. 3 of the deadlift. Deadlift suplexes. And it could be a new NXT champion. Tour of the Islands has counted. And he elbowed him right in the open wound. Right in the cut. Well, you've got to assume it's more than a cut at this point. It's almost like a laceration with how much blood has come out of the head of Jeff Cobb in this contest. Don't think for a second, though, the referee has any intentions of stopping this one. We most certainly don't. And I imagine Jeff Cobb doesn't either. Deadlift just threw him off his feet with that German suplex, but a kick out early. I have no idea how much these guys have to give to win. All we know is that one of these guys has to win. That's what makes this main event so good. That is what has made this. I said the takeover was going to get even better. Oh, it has, and then some with this main event. Up on the shoulders. What a move from Cobb. Gorilla press. Gorilla press gutbuster up to the top rope. Here comes the freakish agility of the former Olympian. Frog splash for the title. Is it? Oh my God, you are kidding me. Kick out at 1, and Cobb's reaction told the tale. He just stood there for a moment as if to say, what do I have to do? And the answer may be nothing else. Brian Cage is in. Weapon X. And after all that Cobb has been through, after all the blood he's lost, has he ended it here? The cover's made. And Jeff Cobb, with a crimson mask and then some, kicks out at 2. Even a crimson chest to go along with it. But Cage is up on his feet. And into the open wound with the double axe handles. Power slam like it's nothing. He hoists up Cobb to his feet. Discus clothesline. Falls the challenger inside and out. If he hits this, it's over. Weapon X, drill claw, whatever it is. Cobb counters. And slams him into the mat. Oh, look at that. Look at the smart mindset of the champion. Cobb was looking for Tour of the Islands. Cage rolled out of the ring, but there's no escaping. Belly to belly back in the ring. Cobb now lifts him up. Forearms him. Oh, he knocked him off his feet. Brian Cage went off his feet. There was no life. There was no life. Tour of the Islands. New champion! No! 1 Weapon X, 1 Tour of the Islands, 2 kickouts. Brian Cage doesn't stay down, Jeff Cobb doesn't stay down, and they start throwing fists again. Cobb bloodied, battered, but not giving in. Oh, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. Cobb gets out of the way there. Nicely done. Spear back in the ring of his own. German suplex to go along with it. Look out now, what the world are we going to see? Oh, look at how he has that leg over the head, but look at Cage windmilling essentially, begging to get to the ropes, and he got to them. The champ is in trouble, but so too is the challenger. I'm exhausted just watching this match. I can't imagine what these guys are going through in the ring. Up on the top rope. Oh no. Oh no, this is going to be something. Superplex! 500 pounds plus! Down onto that mat. Both men must weigh about 280, 260, has to be about half a ton coming down to the ring. Headlock, front face like STO. Cage could have just ended him. Samoa drop. And Jeff Cobb, the light, the fire, the fight that was in Cobb is suddenly fading. He's suddenly just becoming a puppet for the machine to throw around. Is there any fight left in Jeff Cobb? He stays up on his feet. And he headbutts him down. The lights are on, and Jeff Cobb's just come back into the house. Look at the strength in that Samoan drop. And the crowd cheer for Cobb. They're cheering him on. Cobb now. Oh! Powerbomb backbreaker for the title. How? How does Cage kick out a 1? After all they've gone through, how in the world do you kick out a 1? Sweeps him away. These men are exhausted. Discus clothesline. It folds Cobb inside and out, upside and down. Brian Cage got all of it. They are spent, physically spent, but it's Cage's job to finish. Man, it is the machine's job to conquer all life. Weapon X connects. Jeff Cobb gave it everything, but Brian Cage not only wants to beat man, he wants to destroy it. Up in the air, drill claw. The cover is made, and Brian Cage has retained the NXT Championship. Machine conquers man. What a fight. What a main event. What a match. And what a champion Brian Cage is. Jeff Cobb fought like one, fought with the heart of one, but in the end, there is no heart in a machine. Brian Cage leaves TakeOver with the gold. What an evening we've had in Chicago. The weekend has only just begun, but NXT took over.